Good morning, Detective.
I'm afraid I did not. I was hoping for at least a moment. Finding the Major's killer is the only...
In that case, Detective... in that snow, if someone was out...
I realize how strange it sounds. I would not believe it.
Staff have reported... I'm afraid our Lizzie is not well. I think the events of yesterday...
As words were...
She is currently eating breakfast alone in the dining room. It's how she prefers it. But... I would, but I'm afraid I found this morning that the telephone lines aren't working. The snow, even if we could use the telephone, I don't think...
In that case, it will be up to myself alone to solve.
I'll let you know if anything changes. But until some of the snow clears, enough for the... Taken care of. Master Dremir and his brother, after sobering up, helped me move him into the...
Très bien. I imagine there is no reason for...
Besides me, no.
Your assistance has been most valuable as always. Bonjour, madame.
They obviously did not teach you manners at...
Pardon for the interruption, but these questions...
Get on with... I'm sure you're aware he was not the easy...
A hot temper is reason enough to...
His... seeing as I heard Mr. Becker's in what I would describe as an unnecessarily
You heard them yourself.
How could I not? The volume they were shouting at, I could hear them from the study.
You did not think it fitting to tell me this yet?
I didn't think Felix was going to wind up dead and a murderer loose in my... I assume you are talking about the...
Oui, madame.
It arrived shortly after the first. Rather...
I'm not sure I...
He no doubt had secrets hidden away. But do you honestly think Felix had anything of...
Perhaps you should enlighten.
I wouldn't put it past him to have written it himself in the hopes of getting some...
And the other?
He probably wrote those too. If Angeline paid the first, that would have given him the money to pay the second letter. He is the White Knight, saves the day, and... What is it you wish?
You two have been friends for some time now. And while...
If you are trying to insinuate that Mr. De Silva and I are running around like schoolchildren, you could not...
Oui, I understand they worked together.
Mr. De Silva was the voice of reason that my husband should have listened to more often.
Merci, madame. Bonjour, madame. You must be the...
Wonderful and modest.
My taste buds thank you for the ravishing meal last night.
Glad to hear it, sir.
S'il te plaît, madame.
In that case, mademoiselle is fine for me, and I will...
Très bon, mademoiselle.
That's right. I've seen staff come and go.
I agree. But if I was to eat what you prepare every day...
Not a bad thing, detective.
Well...
I did. Monsieur Archie told me what had happened.
How was the Major when you...
Grumpy. As
I suppose one would not take kindly to being...
bunched.
I shall not keep you any longer. Oh. Oh. Ah. Huh. Huh. Ah. Oh. Huh.
Whatever you need.
Your assistant has...
Good morning, detective. I hope...
Bonjour, mademoiselle. The room was more than pleasant.
I can't imagine any of us...
Hopefully guilt will be weighing heavily on someone's...
I'm sorry if I was not much help last night.
on...
His position?
Oui, even in a house this size.
I enjoyed having him here. When I was away with Gideon, it was comforting to know Maman was not alone. Although...
What can you tell me about their relation?
there is... He was always quite private about his work. I know that he was helping Mr. Da Silva.
I found a check addressed to the Major from Monsieur Da Silva. It noted...
Ah, that's right, security. With his military training, he helped Mr. Da Silva prepare for any trouble with the strikes. A development? Oh, detective, I knew I could...
It may not be the news you had wished for, though.
Addressed to me? I don't know...
Pardonnez-moi, mademoiselle. Although it has been written in the same manner using...
I'm sorry, detective, I don't understand.
I found it in the Major's study yesterday while conducting my preliminary search.
Heavens no, he could not...
You did not hesitate for a moment.
Why would he do such a thing?
Merci.
Useful?
Exactement. I must act on thought. I should not be surprised by my own skills of deduction. Some would say a lucky...
Is there something? You have got the wrong end of the stick, detective. Maman has snapped at him. It was something to do with the letter. I heard them in the library before Maman.
Could it have been the blackmail letter?
Why would Maman be upset with?
Madame is of a very different opinion from yourself regarding his connection with the letter.
I don't recall telling him directly. I did not want Maman to find out it had been paid. If
Madame believes he may have been behind all the letters, and taking your payment of the first, then used it to pay this.
I never knew Maman had such an imagination. Where would she get a story?
That is a question I was hoping.
You have met him? Do you really think?
It is a plan only the most crooked and underhanded could create. Is that the I shall not keep you any Order and method. That is the way to solve the problem. Order and method. That is... I must take a different approach. Things are beginning to become...
Is there something? I'm afraid it had been that way for some time. Maman is not forthcoming with her.
What gave you that?
There were...
I shall not keep you...
Whatever you need, detective.
Your assistant... Countess,
That is it, detective?
I am afraid not, Countess. With a murder...
Well then, detective.
Comment, madame?
I thought... That certainly piqued your interest.
A man has been murdered, and you find it acceptable to fool around at...
Oh, please, detective. Do you really think so little of me? Archibald asked for my assistance. He knows of my medical training from my days as a nurse, and I thought...
It was not his place to grant you access to the body.
I shall remember... A single stab wound, which you no doubt already knew. The knife was held in that... Judging by the depth of the wound, I would say there was no great force put into the strike. If I had to say what weapon was used, a small sharp...
I understand it may be difficult for one to keep such information to yourself, but I ask you to try. Your involvement. S'il vous plaît, comtesse. Bonjour, Monsieur
Detective Poirot,
The truth, Monsieur. With each step towards
is there something I can... Felix and Madame van den Bosch are the only ones with keys, as far as I'm aware. Oh, and... Archibald came to me and asked for my help in the matter. My brother and I dealt with it.
Merci for your help. It is a job.
It's a job that had to be done. Although it may have a...
House.
At the site... I have not seen him since last night. He does not need his younger...
Perhaps that is exactly what he
I'm not sure what he told you yesterday, Detective.
I worry that may not be the case, Monsieur. His time in the war came...
He's still talking about it. I thought talking to the doctor would have stopped all of...
Merci. The pieces of the puzzle are...
If it will help you. When he returned from the war, he was a...
I cannot speak from experience.
The first weeks he would wake in the night, screaming. I found him one night, cowering behind the desk in the study. When I tried to help...
That is not why you two are...
And not at all, Detective. We were always very different in nature. While I had always wanted to follow an academic path.
And yet, he ended up in...
Our father demanded that he at least try to do something with his life. And when some of... It wasn't long before he moved out from the family home after his return from the army. I always assumed that he...
Whatever you... Certainly, Detective.
Aha. This will not get me any... I cannot see the logic in this. Perhaps as... Is there something I am... What a revelation! I must act on thought and... Come, my little grey cells. We must... I must act on thought and... Magnifique. I cannot see the logic in this. Perhaps... Is there something I am... not get me any closer to... Another success. Come, my little grey cells. What a revel...
Detective Poirot, I have been asked to inform you that Lady Van den Bosch has returned to her room.
Merci. Madame certainly has mastered the art of subtlety.
They may not be the exact words she used, but I'm sure you can imagine.
Huh. Mm-hmm. Ah. I must take a different approach if I am to uncover... Order and method. Is there something I am not seeing? Some would say a lucky guess.
Detective Poirot, are you any closer to...
I am, mademoiselle. I can...
So the author...
Oui, but it will not be long before they are apprehended, and the only letters they shall be penning.
You're I haven't seen that book in so long. Yes, it was a gift for my 10th birthday.
It sounds as though there is a side to the major I did not get to see.
There were. I'm afraid they may have gathered some dust being in the storage room for so long.
It sounds as though he had always cared about you.
His presence at the house was comforting for us both after Father died, even if sometimes he... How do you mean, detective?
I imagine a house of this size is rather costly, keeping it in the
Ma'am... They have often come to blows when it concerns Maman. They are both trying to protect her, but they...
She spoke of his desire to join the... how do you describe it?
This isn't the first time she has vocalized that concern. She thinks...
And you do not...
I will not deny he has shown interest in Maman's social circles, but they have been friends since even before I was born. Surely all those years of friendship... That's right, ever since I can
It seems as though she has a number of support networks. The major, her...
Maman has many friends. I know how she may seem to most, but once you break the heart...
There is a further shell.
Oh, very...
Forgive me, mademoiselle.
It's quite alright. You are not the only one that feels a razor tongue. She's grateful you are here, especially now, whether she shows it. I'm sorry, detective.
No apology is required. It actually made me question my whole chain of thinking. What if there had been a collusion between them?
Oh my, detective, that...
Every guest has a motive. You confirmed that with the mention of Mademoiselle Conrad and the Major's fight. Supplying one another with a rock-solid alibi would surely throw off any detective.
But not you.
Correct. I shall not keep you in...
Detective Poirot.
I have something I wish to...
Well, I hope it is important enough to justify...
I assure you it is.
Good, because this has gone on far too long. We are snowed in...
I can understand your frustration.
You were once an incompetent officer.
If I was not being lied to and misled at every turn, but
I hope you are not suggesting I had something...
I am suggesting that if I had the support that everyone claims they are offering...
If you have something you want... We met before Angeline was born, so he was often at the house.
And where was it you two?
I was attending an event. Felix was also in attendance as a...
So it was not through the Viscount.
I did not require my husband to start conversations on my behalf.
It was you that instigated it.
My, detective. That active Edwin spent much of his time away on business before Angeline was born. Felix...
You were alone in...
The staff continued their duties, of course, but trying to get any sort of sophisticated or cultured conversation from them was like drawing blood from...
And when Angeline was born?
Edwin remained at home. It was his duty as a father.
And the Major?
He had his own business and life to tend to, but we remained in touch via letter. Around the time of Edwin's past... I'm sure he has hundreds of letters in there. Most of them could and should have been thrown up.
I refer to the letter addressed to you.
Romantic nature. Please, detective.
He made his intentions quite clear in the letter.
You really do...
I think that is all for now. This will not get me any closer to my goal. Order and method. I must act on thought and fact. The pieces of the puzzle are fine. I should not be surprised.
Is this really He may have stayed in my home, but Felix was a grown man, detective.
But it does not surprise you that...
We have been friends, and he has been there for Angeline for many years, but you find it strange.
What I do find strange is that if he did hold a flame for you...
If he...
I think that is all... I cannot see the logic in this. Perhaps as... Things are beginning to become clear.
Is this real? Whom I allow in my house is none of your business. I do not have to explain anything to you.
I did not think you were one.
I would not expect you to think much of anything. There is no need to talk on it any further, but... He was a man that required no protection.
That is the impression I had of him, which is why your defensive stance warrants questioning.
Your insistent questioning on such trivial matters are getting on my Your continued probing into something that does not exist. There is nothing I can tell you that will matter. I have grown...
Madame, you continue...
And you continue to get on my last nerve.
But when it impedes my
If only you were this focused on finding...
Madame...
Very well. I did not lie about how we met. I was attending an event, raising money for... Oh, it had been some time since I had returned home, and was rather missing English soil. He was a warm reminder of home, and I enjoyed conversing with him. We shared war. I shall go no further with the details, but I will say, I had no intention on being unfaithful to my husband.
The Viscount never questioned Mademoiselle's birth?
In his mind, he had no reason to, and he shouldn't have had to. It was my mistake. I told Felix that he was to stay away, but he had no intention to. He became an uncle figure to Angeline, and I could not tell her the truth. Too much time had passed.
And what were the Major's thoughts on revealing the truth?
He wanted to... It must be.
And the Major?
Felix promised me he wouldn't tell a soul, and I believed him. What...
You did not think anyone knew, and that is why you
If you I tried to retrieve them from the safe after everyone had retired last night. But when I opened the safe, they were nowhere to be found.
When I entered the study this morning, they were as visible as a red notice on a police station wall.
I would appreciate if you did not compare them to the face of a wanted felon.
Pardon?
But that does mean someone else in the house has seen them.
A mystery that is still yet to be solved. I think that is all for now.
Detective Poirot.
Monsieur Starling, I must admit,
You'll be wrapping the...
one has never finished learning, monsieur. And in this case,
It might help to vocalize your thinking.
monsieur, would you gather the guests and start?
Right away, detective.
I shall reveal all once.